Hey, good morning. I have to tell you, Jesus is Lord. The devil is utterly defeated, and you are the redeemed. Thank God the word works. Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law. Because the Bible says, cursed is every man that hangeth on the tree, so that the blessing, of Abraham might come upon the Gentiles. We've been talking about this for the last several days. We're going to get into some deep stuff here today. Family disorders, or what people call today dysfunctional family. You don't have to have a dysfunctional family. You're redeemed from that. Now, I'm going to read several of these things today, and I just want you to meditate on it. But let me say this to you. You need to go to Deuteronomy 28 yourself and say, these are the things I'm redeemed from. Don't look at it as, well, I have to put up with this. No, I'm redeemed from it. So as I read some of these family things that you're redeemed from, saints, grab hold of it and go with it. It says here, verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand to do anything to get your kids back. Another one of these verses says, you only begat children, but you shall not enjoy them. Listen, we have 4 wonderful children. Pat and I have been married almost 54 years. We have 11 grandchildren, a bunch of great-grandchildren, but we enjoy every one of them. We don't have to wonder where they are. Now, my sons, and my daughter too, when they became teenagers, somebody tried to take them away, called, the cares of this world, the rock music of the day, the ideas and the thoughts that kids had of the day. We kept telling them, the word says do this. Well, I don't want to do that. But we had to believe that we were redeemed from our children being taken captive by the world system, by somebody else, an enemy coming in and taking your kids captive. You're redeemed from that. You don't have to worry about that. Now watch this. This is stronger than gas. Watch this. It says here, let's see. Well, I thought I knew where it was. Right here. It says that your children, watch this. Over here in verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward his wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Boy, there's a lot in that. Here's a young guy, got married, tender, loves his wife, has a good time, and all at once his eyes grow evil. Well, you old bag, you go hear people talk about this. Well, the old lady. Hey, mine's not an old lady. She's the queen of my house. She's the love of my life, and I'm redeemed. Ladies, listen, you're redeemed from your husband calling you an old lady. You're redeemed for your husband's eyes turning evil towards you and toward your children. Watch this now. Let me read that again. His eye shall be evil toward the wife of his bosom, toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. You're redeemed from your husband leaving you and leaving you. Listen, a curse is being a single parent. That's hard work. That's a curse. You're redeemed from that. So that he will not give to any of them the flesh from his children, that he brings the food, but stuff that he brings in, the food that he brings is. Now watch verse 56, guys. The tender and delicate woman among you. You know that young pretty thing that you married. Pat and I went out on a date yesterday. I said, I'm looking for a young cute thing. She says, here am I. We went on another date yesterday. Which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for her delicateness. And her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Now watch. That's a curse. That young, pretty thing that you married back there, 30 years ago, 50 years ago in my case, that she gets evil. She just gets to where she don't even like you anymore. I'm redeemed from that. My wife loves me. I say that every day. I tell her that. She tells me that. I say, you love me. And she says, yeah, and you love me. And we're still in love. We are having another honeymoon. In fact, I got a plan for this weekend that I hadn't even told her about yet. Just another little place to go to enjoy being with one another. But watch, it says I'm redeemed. I have to say it that way. I have to say I'm redeemed from this. This is verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, listen, who wouldn't set her foot upon the ground, for because of her delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil. In other words, she won't love you no more. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, toward her daughter. And I know women like that. They don't love nobody. They don't love their kids. They just got their own agenda out there. And by the way, I'm redeemed from my wife not loving me, not caring for me, and from my wife not running around with somebody else. Now watch this. And toward the young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear. Listen, I'm redeemed from my wife getting ugly toward my children and not loving them anymore. You're redeemed from that. And so other things, secretly in the siege and straitness wherein thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. That's a distressing thing in your family relationships for everything to be going, they say it today, a dysfunctional family. I know Christians love God. They go to church, say, oh, how I love Jesus. They sing that on Sunday, but by the time they get home, they're singing, oh, but I don't love my wife anymore, and my wife doesn't love me anymore. And listen, it's a curse for your children to go down the drug road. Man, that's a heavy, heavy curse. It's a curse for your children to get so involved in the popular stuff that kids are doing today. The cultural things that's going on, not only the drugs, but the attitude that they have. If they don't like the government, they don't like school, they don't like this, they don't like that, and they'll tell their parents, I am not coming home at 10 o'clock. I'm not going to come in at all. I'm going to go I'm redeemed from that. Now, I had to say that a lot when my boys were teenagers. They were average teenagers. But every time one of them would start going the wrong way, I'd go and say, nope. And I wouldn't say it to them, but I'd say, no, I'm redeemed from that. My sons love God. My daughter loves God. And all four of them are either in the ministry or believing God for an open door of ministry. All my grandchildren are the same way. I'm not losing one of them. Somebody says, well, you can't win them all. I can. I'm redeemed from any of my grandchildren going crazy. I'm redeemed from my great-grandchildren going crazy. I'm redeemed from my wife going crazy and leaving me. Now, you might be in a situation where your husband's already left. Well, listen, go and say, read this from Deuteronomy 28. I'm redeemed from my husband leaving me. That is a curse, and I'm redeemed from the curse, and get him back. Somebody asked me the other day, how did I do that? Hey, look, when you were dating him, you dressed up, you put on your makeup, and you flirted with him. There's things that women do, that just makes a man go crazy. Start doing that to him again. Listen, maybe y'all are still together in the house, but he sleeps in one bedroom and you sleep in another. You're redeemed from that. Go back to doing those things that you used to do when y'all were young and flirt a little bit. I'm still flirting with my wife. I bought some aftershave the other day, kind of expensive. We was on a trip, and I bought some. She never said a word about that. She just didn't say anything about it. I thought, man, I wasted my money. So I went in there and got my old bottle of Menon, what I've been using since we were dating at age 16 and 17, and I put that on. She said, "Ooh, I like that. Man, you smell good." Hey, Menon's $4.99 at Walmart, but she likes it. So guess what? I wear it. Woo! Having a good time. Redeemed from the curse of your family coming apart at the seams. You're blessed. So what you got to start doing is saying, I'm redeemed from that. I don't have to have that. None of that's going to come on me. And I'll be back with you tomorrow. But saints, you are the redeemed. But say it, say it, say it until I'm with you tomorrow. Remember, hey, Jesus is Lord because you are the redeemed. And thank God the word works.